Hey, what's up, TM leaders? My name is Neal Benson. I'm the lead pastor at Coastline Bible Church, and I want to share with you one of the verses that Jesus said while he was teaching in the temple court. Matthew tells us that he was teaching in the temple court, and one of the Pharisees asked him a trick question. He tried to test him. He said, "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" It's like asking a parent who their favorite child is. Now listen to what Jesus says. He says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind." And then he goes on. He says, here's a free point of theology. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it, love your neighbor as yourself. So what Jesus tells us to do is he tells us to love God and he tells us to love others. Now, I want you to stick with me here because I think here's what happens. So we come over to the whiteboard and we like to live in this like org chart. We like to have all of our things figured out. We want to have an Excel spreadsheet and we want it all planned out. And so Jesus says the first thing that you need to do is you got to love God. And then he tells us that we need to love our neighbor as ourselves. So then we need to love ourselves. And then so from there, what we do is we think, well, what else flows in there? Well, I need to love my family, and I can't spell the best, and my kids, and what about my boss? That falls in there. What about my friends? Maybe our friends fall up here, but just for demonstration purposes. And then maybe at the very end, we love our in-laws. And we read this from Jesus, and we turn this into like a do this, and it's like we look at this in this descending order. And it's like the further people get away from God or the further we are away from God. And as we try to put things in a neat little box. But what I've been processing, and I don't have this fully fleshed out, but what I've been processing is what if we did it different? What if Jesus wanted us to look at things differently? And so God is actually at the center of everything that we do. And because God loves me, I can love my neighbor. That neighbor with the loud truck, with the dog that barks all the time. Your neighbor whose trash can looks like it's vomiting wine bottles. That person he's talking about. And I need to love my family, right? And I need to love myself. I need to take care of myself. A leader, right now, I just want to give you permission in this season. Take care of yourself. Go to bed early. Get the rest that you need. Eat healthy. Exercise. Take care of yourself. We need to, we're going to love our kids, right? That's going to come in. Our family, ourself. You can love your boss. You can love your friends. You can love your in-laws. I want to invite you today to meditate on that passage. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with every fiber of your being. That's the first and greatest commandment. And the second is to love your neighbor as yourself. And so love people through the love that God has shown you. John tells us in 1 John chapter 4, verse 19, we love because he first loved us. Let's go show that love to the world and radically change lives.